Greetings, Internet. I posted a poll on the community page of the YouTube channel, and a video about the W was definitely voted highest, so this video is all about the W800. Subject of this video is going to be how I modified my Kawasaki W800. Modifications include 28mm bar risers from Kimimoto, polished aluminum fly screen from Omega Racer, 7-inch headlight visor ordered from Amazon, comfort seat from Omega Racer, crash bars from Kawasaki, rear rack from Kawasaki, and an ST2, which I haven't gotten installed yet. Things I will cover in this video: the difference between the stock seat and the Omega Racer comfort seat, the rear rack from Kawasaki and the tail bag, and probably the most important, the difference between the stock Dunlop tires and the Michelin Road Classics. With the stock seat on the W800, I was able to get about 2 hours prior to feeling saddle sore. This was after building up for a while and getting used to the seat. It's most comfortable for the first 30 minutes of riding, during which time it's very comfortable. The issue I found is that it's more of an overstuffed pillow sensation, and as I do have an old tailbone injury, the pressure definitely became uncomfortable quickly. If you don't have a tailbone injury, it might be fine. I have seen other reviews on the seat that support my experience of finding it uncomfortable for anything more than short trips, under an hour, maybe 2. The Omega Racer comfort seat is a firmer seat and is wider and does not behave like an overstuffed pillow. Immediately I noticed less pressure on my tailbone, and even as the hours went on, it feels almost as if there's dense memory foam in there. I'm not going to take it apart to check, it just feels that way. I did notice that at higher RPM, a little bit of vibration comes through the seat, with a positive side effect of restoring some blood flow and easing any soreness. I don't remember the stock seat doing that though. The real-world test was a longer recent ride that came in at 5 hours of saddle time. Doing a ride like that on the stock seat would have meant a lot of soreness on my backside, multiple days, and an extensive amount of breaks. None of which occurred after the 5-hour saddle time on the comfort seat by Omega Racer. I 100% recommend this saddle if you're looking to spend longer time in the saddle than the stock seat affords you. I did buy the saddle with my own money and not being endorsed by Omega Racer. Disclaimer here, I've only ridden with 2 saddles on the W800, stock and this comfort seat, so I do not have any other experience with increasing comfort on other seats. If you do, please leave a comment with your recommendation or review below. The rear rack replaces the passenger grab rails and bolts into the frame. It takes quite a bit of doing to get it on there, but once it's there, it's rock solid. Easy enough to move the bike about, holding the rear rack when putting her up on center stand. It's not a large rear rack, to be sure. It does allow for a small tail bag, of which I put a first aid kit, a hat, other supplies that I don't want to smash into my jacket so I can keep clear of wearing a backpack. I do get that many people find that an easier solution, wearing a backpack, but I find it negates a lot of wind flow wearing vented or mesh jackets, and I'd prefer to stay cool. Our last subject for this video is the Michelin Road Classic tires that I've put on the W800. I've been talking about getting these for quite a while and finally just did it. Immediately, even prior to scrubbing in, these tires made a world of difference. The Dunlops were floaty and felt unsettled on the interstates, moving my opinion of the W800 well away from an interstate commuter, and better for secondary or 2-lane highways common in New England. Riding home from the shop, I took the interstate, just to see how they do, and to get a reading on RPMs at 70 miles an hour. Which is 4,000 RPM, by the way. The tires changed how the W felt on the interstate. Instead of out of its class, the W feels planted and more like a modern naked bike on the interstate. Of course, without any wind protection, 70 miles an hour is a bit windy, If you don't mind a windscreen on the W, or you love 70-mile-an-hour wind, would be a great interstate commuter. Personally, I wouldn't plan on more than an hour at interstate speeds, as it just wears on me without a proper windscreen. After properly scrubbing in the tires, I can say on the secondary roads, the grip is vastly improved, as well as in the wet. The new tires definitely raise my confidence that I'll have grip and I can ride a bit more spirited. Truth be told, I haven't gotten a reputation as a grandpa driver, even though I'm not actually a grandpa, by riding spirited, so do take that into consideration. The new tires do feel well planted, provide substantial amount more grip in the dry and the wet than the Dunlops, and no longer track every seam and crack in the road like the stock tires did. I am so happy with the upgrade.